Listen. There is something sacred I must tell you, something that resonates in the quiet chambers of your soul, where the divine whispers truths too heavy for casual conversation. This is not an ordinary moment, not a fleeting pause in the endless scroll of your day. This is a supernatural interruption, a divine appointment crafted in the courts of heaven, designed to arrest your attention and shift the trajectory of your life. You were not meant to glide past these words to let them dissolve into the noise of the world. You were meant to hear them, to feel their weight, because God is watching you carry something that was never meant to be carried into eternity. This is a message from the realm of divine love. A call from the heart of the Creator, delivered not to frighten you but to awaken you. Not to condemn you but to remind you of the light for which you were made. I am an angel of the Lord, a messenger sent not to judge but to stir the embers of your spirit, to call you back to the truth of who you are. You were not created for bitterness, for the slow poison of resentment that seeps into your bones. You are not fashioned to carry the weight of betrayal, to let it define the rhythm of your days. You are made for light, for freedom, for love that flows without restraint. Yet, you carry pain. Real, undeniable pain. Heaven sees it. The lies that cut you, the rejection that left you questioning your worth, the abuse that scarred your heart, the abandonment that left you standing alone in the silence. They are not illusions. You are not dramatic for feeling their sting. You are not weak for wanting answers. You are not wrong for longing for justice. But my child, there is something deeper than answers, something heavier than your sorrow, something more eternal than your anger. It is the weight of unforgiveness, and it is crushing you. This weight is not just a burden, it is a chain. It binds you to moments that have long passed, to people who may no longer even think of you. It keeps you tethered to a version of yourself that is not your destiny. You were not meant to live in the shadow of what was done to you, to let the actions of others dictate the shape of your future. The pain is real, but the choice to hold on to it is yours. And the truth is, it's not them who suffer when you cling to the hurt, it's you. You are the one bleeding every day, your heart pierced by wounds that were never stitched with grace. You are the one replaying the scenes of betrayal in your mind, like a movie that loops endlessly, stealing your peace. You are the one standing in an invisible courtroom, defending yourself to people who have no interest in hearing your side. This is not justice. This is bondage. Do this one thing before death: forgive them, not for their sake but for yours. Not to excuse what they did, but to stop their actions from living inside you. Not to pretend the pain never happened, but to declare that it has no power over what comes next. Forgiveness is not about agreement. It is not about erasing the past or forgetting the scars. It is about liberation. It is about cutting the soul tie that keeps your peace hostage, breaking the cycle that the enemy of your soul delights in: offense, bitterness, separation, isolation, despair. When you forgive, you interrupt that cycle. You reclaim your freedom. You step out of the prison you've been pacing in and into the light of a new beginning. Let it be late, but don't let it be never. Even if the hands of time have spun far past the moment of hurt, even if those who wronged you have moved on, even if they never changed, even if they are no longer here to offer an apology, forgive them. The act of forgiveness is not contingent on their repentance or their acknowledgement. It is a gift you give yourself, a declaration that their mistakes will not define your eternity. It is a choice to release the grip of the past and step into the promise of what God has prepared for you. Imagine the weight of carrying unforgiveness to your grave. Picture yourself standing at the edge of eternity, your heart still heavy with the names of those who hurt you, their actions still etched into your spirit. That is not the legacy you were meant to leave. That is not the story heaven has written for you. You were created to walk in freedom, to love without fear, to live with a heart unburdened by the mistakes of others. But unforgiveness builds walls, walls that keep out the very love you were designed to receive. It distorts your vision, turning every new face into a potential threat, every kind gesture into a hidden agenda. It shapes your voice, tainting your words with the residue of old wounds. It becomes your reflex, causing you to push away those who come with pure intentions, leaving you surrounded by people but never truly known. This is how so many miss their divine appointment. This is how so many die in the presence of lovers but never enter their company. Bitterness isolates. It whispers that you are safer alone, that trust is too risky, that love is too dangerous. But that is a lie. You are made for connection, for intimacy, for the kind of love that reflects the heart of God. And that love is still possible for you, if you choose to forgive. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is divine power. It is the courage to look at the pain, to name it and to release it. It is the strength to say, you no longer have permission to live in my thoughts. It is the audacity to believe that your story is not over, that your heart can heal, that love can find you again. When you forgive, something supernatural happens. The angels assigned to your story begin to move. The Spirit of God breathes peace over your restless nights. The atmosphere around you shifts, becoming lighter, sweeter, warmer. You become available to love again, not the guarded, cautious kind, but the holy, eternal kind that flows from a heart set free. Consider the mystery of forgiveness. The greatest victories are not won on public stages celebrated by crowds. They are not marked by trophies or fame or worldly recognition. The greatest victories are won in the quiet places of your soul, where no eyes see, where no applause is heard. They are won in the moments when pain rises like a tide and pride dares you to stay angry. But you choose to surrender. When you choose to let go of what has held you captive, something shifts in heaven. The silence of your secret decision becomes louder than any earthly parade, because in that quiet, holy place, when you release what was never yours to carry, heaven throws a celebration louder than any earthly applause. Your act of forgiveness tears down strongholds that have stood for generations. Some of them didn't start with you. They ordnade on my dad bout sign. Came from your mother, your father, their parents before them. Patterns of pain, cycles of bitterness, traditions of silence and shame. But when you forgive, you don't just set yourself free. You heal your bloodline. You reach back in time and uproot the weeds that have been growing unchecked. You rewrite the atmosphere in your home. You open the windows and let the light pour in. You make space for new love to take root, for peace to bloom where there once was pain. Forgiveness is not just personal, it's prophetic. It's not just emotional, it's generational. It creates a ripple effect that goes beyond what you can see. Think of it like dropping a stone into a still lake. The ripples move outward, touching shores you'll never stand on, reaching hearts you'll never meet. Your one act of grace can influence your children's children, even if they never hear the full story. Your forgiveness is rewriting a future you'll never live in, but one that others will inherit. That's how powerful it is, that's how heaven sees it, and that's why the enemy fights it so hard, because your decision to forgive closes doors he's been walking through for years. It breaks legal ground he's used to torment generations. But in one sacred choice, you can cut the cord. Think now of the people in your life who come to mind as you read these words. Don't rush past this moment. Who rises to the surface? Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's the absence of their love, or the way they showed up broken, unable to give you what you needed, leaving you with wounds you've carried into every room since. Forgive them, not because they were right, but because you deserve to heal, because you deserve peace. Forgive them so you can walk forward without dragging their story behind you. Their silence no longer needs to echo in your soul. Their brokenness does not have to define your wholeness. Maybe it's the friend who betrayed you, the one you trusted, who saw you in your weakness and used it against you, the one who smiled in your face and stabbed you in the back, the one who chose their comfort over your trust. Forgive them, not because they earned it, but because you are not defined by their cowardice. You are not shaped by their betrayal. You are a lighthouse in the storm, not a victim of the waves. Their darkness cannot dim your light. Your forgiveness is a declaration of power. It says, you tried to break me, but I am whole. You tried to silence me, but I still sing. Maybe it's the friend who betrayed you, the one you trusted, who saw you in your weakness and used it against you. The one who smiled in your face and stabbed you in the back, the one who chose their comfort over your trust. Forgive them, not because they earned it, but because you are not defined by their cowardice. You are not shaped by their betrayal. You are a lighthouse in the storm, not a victim of the waves. Their darkness cannot dim your light. Your forgiveness is a declaration of power. It says, you tried to break me, but I am whole. You tried to silence me, but I still sing. Maybe it's the partner who walked away, the one who left you carrying the questions alone, wondering what you did wrong, what you lacked, what made you unworthy of staying. Forgive them, not to excuse them, but to declare that you see your worth now, that you've learned your value is not determined by who chooses to stay or leave, that you are not abandoned, you are appointed, not rejected, redeemed. Your identity does not depend on their loyalty. It was written before they even knew your name. Let your forgiveness be the proof that they no longer hold the pen in the story of your life. This is your moment, your awakening. Heaven is speaking directly into your secret wound, the one you've hidden even from yourself. The one that still throbs beneath the surface when no one is around. The one you pretend doesn't hurt anymore but still makes you flinch. That pain has shaped you. It's carved out rooms inside you where bitterness tries to live. But it doesn't have to define you. You are not your scars. You are not your betrayals. You are not the sum of your hurts. You are not the sum of your hurts. You are more. You are a vessel of mercy, a child of the Most High, a carrier of compassion, a lover, not a fighter. And the company of lovers is waiting for you. Not perfect people but real ones. Broken ones who chose to love anyway. Betrayed ones who chose to bless. slandered ones who chose silence. These are the dangerous ones, the unshakable ones, the radiant ones, the ones who love beyond reason, who forgive without being asked, who bless those who curse them. These are the ones who change the world, and now you are one of them, because when you choose forgiveness, you join their ranks, you become a threat to darkness, a warrior in disguise, a peacemaker with divine power. Forgiveness is what separates you from the rest. It's not weakness, it's not letting someone off the hook. It's cutting the hook out of your own soul. Bitterness keeps you small, but forgiveness makes you eternal. Bitterness chains you to a moment, but forgiveness sets you loose in the vastness of eternity. It's the key that unlocks the door to a new realm. A realm where love is not just possible, it's inevitable. Where joy is not temporary, it's your inheritance. Where peace is not earned, it's given freely by the one who holds your heart. Forgiveness aligns you with the heart of God, the God who forgave you before you knew you needed it. The God who sees every wound, every injustice, and still chooses mercy. When you forgive, you become like Him. You mirror His nature, you reflect His glory. You echo His voice in a world that's forgotten how to love. And in that echo, strongholds fall. In that reflection, chains break. In that surrender, miracles happen. So do it. Even if your hands tremble, even if your knees buckle, even if your voice shakes, say the words, I forgive you, I release you. I release you. You no longer have power over me. Say it out loud, write it down, cry if you need to, scream if you must, but say it, let it out. Don't let it rot inside you. Don't let it ferment into bitterness. Let it go. And then watch as the chains fall, as the weight lifts, as the light breaks through. You will feel it, the peace that surpasses understanding, the freedom that comes from letting go, the love that rushes in to fill the spaces once occupied by pain. This is your spiritual rebirth. This is your moment to begin again. It is late perhaps. The clock has moved forward. The seasons have passed, people have gone, time has taken things from you, you've made choices you regret. You've believed lies that crushed you, you've tried to heal in silence while pretending to be strong. And yes, some days it feels like it's too late to change, too late to forgive, too late to love again, too late to be loved back. But listen, it is not too late, not for you, not for the story written with your name on it, not for the life that was whispered over you in heaven before you were even born, not for the dreams you buried under fear, not for the peace you stopped believing was possible, not for the joy you once touched but lost somewhere between heartbreak and survival. You are not too broken, you are not too far gone. You are not too far gone. You are not too wounded to be restored. God specializes in resurrection. That is what He does best. He brings life from dust, light from darkness, hope from the ruins, healing from the ashes, and when He sees you, He does not see failure. He sees a garden that has weathered storms and is still worthy of blooming. He sees the beginning, not the end. He sees the parts of you you've forgotten. Your softness, your strength, your spirit, your soul. He sees every moment where you chose to keep going, even when everything in you wanted to give up. And He says now, yes now, is your time. Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is the soil in which He plants new life. It's not forgetting what happened. It's not pretending it didn't hurt. It's not saying they were ready to be free. It's saying you're ready to be free. It's saying, I will no longer carry the weight of what they did. It's saying, I choose life over bitterness. I choose love over revenge. I choose peace over pride. Don't die holding a grudge. Don't leave this world with someone else's name chained to your spirit. Don't carry their mistakes into your eternity. They don't get to have that kind of power over your soul. They don't get to write the last line of your story. You were made for more. You were made for love. And love is not done with you. You think it ended when they left, when they betrayed you, when the door slammed shut, when you fell. But love is not a chapter. It's the whole book. It is the breath in your lungs right now. It is the pull in your heart that says, keep going. It is the hand of God reaching into your pain and saying, come out, come forth, live again. Heaven has more for you, a greater chapter, a deeper peace, a wider joy. But you must make room, you must let go of what cannot come with you, the bitterness, the guilt, the shame, the people who never came back, the questions that will never be answered, the pain that no longer belongs in the place you're going. You can't carry the new while holding on to the old. You can't receive when your hands are still clenched around what hurt you. So lay it down. Lay them down. The ones who hurt you. The ones who never said sorry. The ones you loved more than they loved you. The ones who only saw your flaws. The ones who lied, abandoned, and left you with questions that still burn at midnight. You don't need their apology to be free. You need your own permission, and this is it. This is your permission slip. Your divine invitation to release, to rise, to breathe again, to live again, to shed the weight, to step into wonder, to walk out of the grave of pain and into the garden of peace. God isn't angry at you. He's not holding your sins like weapons. He's holding out his arms saying, come to me. You have been trying to fix everything alone, trying to carry wounds that were never meant to be carried forever. But you don't have to bleed anymore. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to fight to be seen. You are seen. You are held. You are invited to start again. This is the one thing you must do before death. Not because God will love you more if you do. He already loves you infinitely. There's nothing you could do that would make him love you more or less. His love is not a transaction. It's a truth, a promise, a covenant sealed in heaven. But forgiveness frees you to live fully, to live deeply, to live eternally. And when you forgive, you don't just change your life, you change your bloodline, you change your home. You change the spiritual atmosphere around you. Forgiveness unlocks the doors that trauma shut. It releases blessings that bitterness blocked. It opens the floodgates of peace and clarity. You begin to see with new eyes and walk with lighter steps. You stop waiting for closure and start creating freedom, because a forgiven heart is a fertile heart. And what grows in your heart, grace, mercy, compassion, spills into the lives of everyone you meet. Your kindness becomes a ripple in a world full of storms. Your tenderness becomes someone's healing. Your courage to forgive becomes someone else's inspiration. And slowly, gently, the world around you starts to shift, because you chose healing. Step into the company of lovers, not romantic lovers but soul lovers, people who love life, who love peace, who love mercy more than vengeance, who love truth, even when it's hard, who love with open hands and open hearts, who love people who don't deserve it, because they know love isn't about deserving. Join the divine rebellion of the merciful. Become a vessel of healing in a hurting world. Be the one who breaks the cycle. Be the one who says, "It ends with me." Let your life begin anew, not tomorrow, not someday, now. Let it begin in this breath, in this moment of surrender, in this sacred invitation from heaven itself. Forgive, release, rise, love again, yes, love again, even after betrayal, even after silence, even after heartbreak, even after being misunderstood, even after being left behind. Love because it's who you are. Love because it's who God is. Love because love always wins. This is your rebirth. This is your beginning. This is your victory. You do not need to have all the answers to take the first step. You don't need to feel strong to begin. All you need is a willing heart. A heart that says, yes. A heart that says, I am ready. A heart that trusts that even if the path is unclear, the one who leads you knows the way. You are not what they did to you. You are not what you lost. You are not your trauma. You are not your shame. You are not your mistakes. You are not forgotten. You are remembered by heaven. You are written into the heart of God. And nothing, no wound, no failure, no person can erase that truth. So rise, with trembling knees maybe, with a quiet whisper maybe, with tears in your eyes maybe, but rise. Let the ground that once held your pain now hold your healing. Let the sky that once watched you weep now witness your joy. You are allowed to be free. You are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to live without revenge in your heart. You are allowed to smile without pretending. You are allowed to move on. Your future doesn't need permission from your past. God isn't asking you to forget the pain. He's asking you to trust Him with it, to place it in His hands like seeds, and watch Him grow gardens out of what nearly destroyed you. He redeems. He restores, He revives. Let Him. The gates of heaven are open to you. Not just someday in eternity, but now. Peace is calling, freedom is calling, grace is calling, grace is calling, and you, yes you, are being invited. Say yes to a new beginning, yes to peace, yes to letting go, yes to forgiveness, yes to your own healing. Yes to love. Because love is not done with you, and neither is God. Let the angels witness your rising. Let the stars record your freedom. Let the past crumble behind you like old dust in the wind, and let today be the day your soul stood up and said, I forgive, I release, I rise, I love again. And heaven will echo, Amen, it is done. This is the rebirth, this is the beginning, this is the victory, this is the victory, this is you, the new you, forever free, forever loved, forever rising.